Okay, thank you for joining me today for the interview.
Thank you so much for choosing me.
You're welcome. Okay, so just to double check, are you okay to be recorded for this interview?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so here's your question. What is your opinion of the portrayal of black fathers in commercials?
I believe that is not shown too much, which I believe should be changed.
Okay. You said that should be changed. Can you expand on that a little bit and give more detail about what kind of change?
Sure. I think right now, with the Black Lives Matter movement, which is a very sensitive subject with the African American community, I believe that just those little things of showing black fatherhood and just, positive portrayal in general, that would be a good thing for the African American community and would bring about some positivity and some change.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that. So, in the portion of the interview you guys just saw, there are several advantages, one of which is the amount of detail that I, the interviewer, was able to get from Caleb, the respondent. I was able to get a lot of detail on the subject matter I was asking him about, whereas if he had just been given a survey and asked the same type of question, he might not have given me as much detail and I might not have been able to prompt him to answer the question and give more detail like I was able to.
Also, with that great detail, the interviewee feels more comfortable talking about more sensitive subjects. So, for example, when I talked about the Black Lives Matter movement, that's a sensitive subject, and that's something that because I was in a one-on-one setting in the interview, that I felt comfortable by telling the information how I truly felt about the matter.
And this is also a method that it might be the only way you're able to gain the information you need as a researcher. Okay, next question. So I think that Black Lives Matter, the movement, is portrayed more by black individuals on the news than white individuals on the news. So what's your opinion on that?
Um, sure. I mean,
You agree?
sure. I don't really see a ton, so maybe so.
Okay, great answer.
A disadvantage in this clip is that you can see that Taylor put her own opinion into the question, which weighted the interviewee's response. And as you can see from his nonverbals, the eye rolling, his mouth moving in a different direction, that he didn't feel all the way comfortable with that question and didn't get to expound on the answer like he would have if she just would have asked a general question.
Okay, in the results, what I gathered was that the interviewee really saw that a positive portrayal could be included in commercials for black individuals and black fathers, and that could bring positivity and change to the black community.
Well, I didn't see that. I interpreted his answers as it was all negative, and that maybe more things with black people need to be shown on commercials, and especially from the other three respondents that we had. Um, all the questions weren't the same, and so it's kind of hard to split these up. So it might take a little longer for this analysis.
So, as you can see in the data collection process of the intensive interviews, there can be many disadvantages, one of which is the way the data is interpreted. I, as the interviewer, can interpret it and did interpret it differently than the researcher interpreted it.
Also, because we didn't use a non-random sample and because Taylor asked different questions to different interviewees, it's going to be harder to generalize the data.